Good morning, everybody. Another episode, Not in My House with Van Silk. Oh, this is going to be a great one. I pulled out a bunch of videos, which I think is a great topic. You can check me out on rumble.com, youtube.com. Just go Van Silk, Not in My House with Van Silk. Subscribe, hit the notification button. Definitely topic about parents not being kids' friends. Like, I never understood why are people considering parents being friends with their kids. You the parent. Your kids grow up with people that become their friends. And at the end of the day, they'll either be with them in their whole life or they'll just be a friend for the moment. But as a parent, that's a lifetime situation. I don't understand why parents think they have to be their kids' friends. Like, yo, get out of here with all that. You gave them life. You the one who raised them and taught them, depending on some parent's situation, the kid's situation. But at the end of the day, I ain't trying to be friends with my kids. I'm the parent. You know, my father, God bless his soul, before he passed, later on in the years, I would call him, he would call me buddy. And I appreciated that so much, because, I'm his son. He called me his buddy. But at the end of the day, y'all check out these videos, leave your opinion, tell me what you think. Van Silk, Not in My House. Y'all have a blessed morning and a blessed day.
Hello, my name is Angela Pino. I'm a licensed mental health therapist and a certified life coach. And I've heard a lot of the parents that usually I have their children in counseling. They say to me, I just tell my child that I want to be their best friend. And I say, no, you don't want to be your child's best friend. You definitely do not want to be your child's best friend because you are the parent. You don't want to be your child's best friend because then you drop yourself from a level of authority. You drop yourself from a high place as a parent, as an authority figure, and then you lower yourself to a friend. A friend is lower than a parent. A friend just means someone that you know well, someone that you like, but that is not related to you. If you are a parent, you are related in most cases to your child. And so you never want your child to look at you as a friend because then you lose your authority and you drop yourself to a different level. Your friends throughout their life will always have friendships or have their best friends or their BFFs, right? Or whatever it's called now. They're going to have their friends. And those are people that they're able to relate to. Those are people that they're able to talk to, have fun with, laugh, go out. You are not that person. Even though you could have definitely a great relationship with your children. That is the best thing you could possibly do with your child is have healthy communication, have always an open door policy where your child could always come to you if they're ever in need. You definitely want to be that person, but you're also a person that they have to respect. You're also a person that they need to honor, and honor is taught. Respect is taught. It's not something that they're naturally going to be born with. We are here, if you have a child, we are here to train that child because eventually that child will leave your home and hopefully they'll be a good citizen depending on how well they were trained. But we have to train them to honor us. We have to train them to respect us. We have to train them to be truthful. We have to train them to be honest. We have to train them to be loyal. We have to train them to be good citizens. We have to train them to do so many things. That is our job as a parent. That is one of our main jobs. It's not to be a friend, it's to be a parent. We have to know that we're constantly training our children. And one of the ways that they learn is by seeing us. They see us through observation, right? They observe everything that we're doing, and that is a form of training. So we have to be very careful how we're living our lives, what we're saying, right? And how our attitude is, because that is how we train our children. If not, eventually they'll say that we're hypocrites, right? So we're wanting them to live a good life. We're wanting them to be respectful or wanting them to have all these good qualities, but yet we don't display that. I hope this helps.
Your child is not your friend. Your child is not your servant. Your child is not your punching bag when life doesn't fall into place the way you want it, or because the person that you had a child with, now you just want to take it out on them. And you notice why I didn't just go straight for mothers, because we always tend to just put it on single mothers. You have a lot of, not all, and I'm glad that we're starting to see a lot of good representation of Black fathers instead of just Black mothers. And I'm not just going to put the negative outcome of children just on the mothers, because the fathers can also play a role as well. I'm not just talking about him being absent. Some fathers can be in the house or partially raising a child and not really doing anything to help them become a better version of themselves. And usually this applies to parents that are young, they had their kids young, or they had issues when the child was, maybe they was a drug addict and now they came back and now they want to, rekindle certain things, or they was in prison and they want to rekindle certain things. But those times that you lost, don't try to make it up trying to hang out with your child like y'all girlfriends or like y'all brothers and sisters. There's nothing wrong with, having a good time with your parents, but again, be a parent. Don't cross the line and then the moment that they disrespect you, then all of a sudden you want to throw out, oh, I'm your parent.
You try to treat your kids like they your friends, they gonna act like your friends. If parents whipped their children's butt, we wouldn't have the water boys. We wouldn't have a lot of these car break-ins from these teenagers, because there would be teenagers like, yo, I'm afraid of the police, but I'm afraid of my mother even more, or my daddy even more. And that's how you know.
I wish you would have an OnlyFans page. If my daughter had an OnlyFans page today,
I never worked in the clubs because I was scared to embarrass my mother with wearing like the leotards. I was like, my mother didn't pay for me to go to college to be outside wearing leotards. I'm not going nowhere near that.
The best kids are the kids
my mother give me the look.
who parents don't play.
Yeah.
Stop disrespecting your parents. You kids of today, and I'm talking to you, I am talking to you children of today, because I look at my analytics and I do see that a lot of you within that age range, especially you teenagers, you do watch my videos. So I am talking to you. Do you honestly think that your parents are supposed to be your friends? Your parents are not supposed to be your friends. Your parents are put here to parent you. They're not here to sit here and cack and laugh with you and play bati and bench with you and do all the fun things. Being a parent is a very difficult job. It is a task that we take on. And we're not here to be your best friend. That is not the role that we play first. The role of a parent comes first. I see these videos online of children talking back to their parents, disrespecting their parents. Oh, God forbid if a parent takes away your iPad or takes away your iPhone or takes away your social media. The way you guys behave, disrespect, start throwing things, breaking things, throwing TVs on ground. Stop disrespecting your parents. I put up a post a long time ago called something talking about children, and I even brought up the topic of healthy fear. And someone in the comments is like, oh, your children aren't supposed to fear you. No. There's something called healthy fear. Knowing that if I was to do the foolishness that this generation did to my two Jamaican parents, it wouldn't be a joke. It's the thought. It's the thought of I wouldn't be that stupid and that foolish to actually disrespect my parents in that way. I never raised my voice to my parents. I never chat back to my parents. My parents told me to do something, I did it, and I did it without them having to ask me 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. If something's supposed to get done, it's supposed to get done, because they're not supposed to ask you twice. That's what a parent does. A parent is supposed to lead you. A parent is supposed to plant you, water you, and grow you into a fine human being. And at times, you may not agree with the choices that parent makes, but those are the difficult choices that come with being a parent. What you don't see is that when we have to discipline you, when we have to make those hard choices, you don't see how it actually affects us. We don't want to see you sad. How many times of how many parents you could probably comment right now, how many times you've gone into the room and you've actually felt guilty for having to say the things you say to your children and actually discipline them and ground them and do those things, right? But you kids get away because you guys are too entitled. You guys come from a generation that is filled with instant gratification. You're supposed to get what you want whenever you want. And when you don't get it, you have the nerve to fix up your mouth and actually disrespect your parents. Your parents are not supposed to be your friends first. They're supposed to be your parents. And if there's room for us to be your friends and have that great relationship, yes, obviously we want that, and that's what the type of relationship we're supposed to have. But understand that the friendship part of the relationship does not come first. Being a parent and raising you into a responsible adult is what comes first. You children today are so selfish. You children today are so spoiled. I don't know where you get this mentality from, and you all love to play the victim. Come for me in the comments because I'm ready for it, because you children, and I'm only talking to those children. Once again, let me specify those children who they know I'm talking to. Not to the good ones. The ones that actually stand up and step into the role and actually do as they're told and actually behave the way they're supposed to behave and carry on. And don't carry on so disrespectfully like the way I see these children carrying on online. It is shameful behavior. So, to those children, let me say this. Your parents are supposed to be your parents, and they're not supposed to be your friends. And parents, don't act as if you're supposed to be their friend first. Parent them. Because if that's the case, why did you have them? To raise them the way that they're behaving that way. It is ridiculous when I see it. But I'm just saying what I'm saying. Parent first, friend second. Either way, spending positive energy at the highest of frequencies, it is the respectable mind. One love.
I want you to think about this. Regardless to whether you think your mother or your father did something wrong, what gives you the right? They brought your raggedy behind in the world. What gives you the right to rise up against your mother or your father to tell them this and that and show off your strength? In the Old Testament of the Bible, you rise up like that, we kill you. You strike your mother or your father, that's a death sentence.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did you ever in any way disrespect your father?
Never disrespected my mother or my father.
Well, you know what, Chaz, I'm the same. I never, ever even talked back to my dad. Even when I thought he was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, when we were both captains in the family.
Yeah.
I had a couple of incidents where I knew it just didn't sit right with me, but I said, Dad, I've been respecting you all my life. I'm going to do it now also.
Right.
And you know, Chaz, I can share this with you. Even when, look, the feds came into prison when I walked away from the life and told me there's a contract on your life, and by the way, your father has gone along with it. We have definite information with that.
Wow.
And I said, well, you know, let me worry about my dad. I said, I don't need to hear that with you. But even after knowing that, I still wouldn't disrespect him.
Wow.
Still wouldn't, because it was ingrained in me not
Sure.
to. He was my dad.
Yeah.
You know? And I still loved him. I still loved him.
Need a generation of parents who don't want to be the cool parent.
Yeah, my son has said that we're not friends. No, we're not. We'll be friends later.
You're 25. Children are in desperate need of parents who aren't acting like their friends. Children are in desperate need of adults acting like adults and being parents and saying no.
Yeah.
There was no.
Yeah. Some parents say you can't be friends with your kids. There has to be boundaries, like you're the parent. And yes, I am the parent. And I feel like I've always been a parent, but we're also friends. There's really no line in our relationship.
Number one rule of raising a child is don't be your child's friend, be your child's parent, okay? It's because what you say that goes. If you allow your kid to be your friend, they're gonna mush you up and they're gonna get away with everything. Yeah, you wanna have a good relationship with your child. However, make sure that they know there's a level of hierarchy that they're not part of. You are the boss. They're just living in your world, learning from every mistake you've ever made. You know what they used to say to me as a kid, maybe 13, 14, 15 years old? If I would chime in an adult conversation, children should be seen and not heard. In other words, shut the fuck up and listen. If they want to go out and make their own mistakes, then it's on them. But you got to drive that shit home. Raise your kid. Be there for them always. But be their parent more than you are their friend.
I have a 36-year-old daughter. I have a 35-year-old son, a 24-year and a 20. You're not cursing in front of me. You're not disrespecting me. We're not getting high together. I'm not your motherfucking friend because I went through too much in my life to be letting you motherfuckers talk to me. I was telling my daughter, she said ass. I said, don't say ass in front of me. Don't say that shit in front of me. Why mama ass is cussing?
She can't cuss at all in front of you?
No, I don't play that
Really?
No, I cuss her.
As much as you cuss?
Yeah. They can cuss among themselves.
So you can cuss in front of them?
Yeah.
But they can't cuss in front of you?
No, Joe. Hell no. Black kids don't.
At a certain age, can they cuss in front
Hell
of you?
no.
Never.
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 No, and when they do,
35 years old.
I don't give a fuck if she 55 and I'm 99. Bitch, I'll bust you in your mouth. Don't you cuss in front of me, ho. All my mother food you done ate, all the diapers I done changed, all the times I ran out of fucking convenience store with Similac to feed your black ass, and you gonna disrespect me?
I would have never imagined that you would be so uptight with your kids cussing.
Most back in the day, black kids didn't cuss in front of their parents.
But you cuss so much.
I do. I like cursing.
But you have a dictatorship running in your household. You have a language dictatorship.
I sure do.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet. 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today, I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit. And mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious. And y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old daughters singing Pound Town? And it's just really, 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 it's upsetting. And I feel so bad. And I've watched different techniques soft skills, soft parenting, gentle parenting. I'm patient. I don't yell. I'll say, hey, let's regroup. If you guys need 5 minutes, let's do some breathing. Your kids are telling me to shut up. You guys as kids are saying, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. You're not my mom. They're putting they're hitting each other and hitting other kids. You address the parent. The parents are telling you, you don't tell my daughter what to do. It's not that bad. Well, at least she was in the class. At least. It's all these excuses. Y'all come in and you're more worried about what's going on your Instagram and TikTok feed versus being a parent. Be a fucking parent. You guys are horrible fucking parents. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this generation of some of the mom, not all, but majority that I've dealt with kids that are between the ages of 5 and 4 and 3, you guys don't parent your children at all. They have no basic comprehension skills. They can't sit still. No attention span. They're hitting people. They can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know how to say, like, I want to go to the bathroom. If you ask them a question, they're rude, nasty, horrible attitudes at 5, and they want to hear Pound Town. What are you guys doing with your kids? What are you guys literally doing with your kids? Because I have never in my life experienced something so horrible. I literally don't even want to teach ballet to you guys' kids anymore because they are so hard to work and deal with. And I literally see why the teachers are quitting and your kids are getting expelled and kicked out, because it is literally no way that this is happening and you guys don't see any issue with it. I tell you, your kid hit someone and you're saying, well, what the fuck did the little bitch do to my daughter to make her want to hit? Nothing. Literally nothing. Your daughter just decides she wants to put her hands on people and you don't correct her. You're yelling at me, asking me, why does she feel like she wants to hit? What parenting is happening? You guys are worried about seafood boils and dates and fucking like partying and being a hot mom. You guys are shitty moms and it needs a change. Stop listening to Sexy Red around your children. Talk to your kid, interact with them, teach them, listen to them. Teach them to respect authority. Don't say you don't have to listen to anyone unless they're me. Your kids are so horrible and hard to deal with, and I'm blaming the parents because they have horrible guidance. And it needs to be a change. And I'm asking, can somebody's mom stitch me and say like what the holdup is? What is the issue? Why are you listening to raunchy music around your kids? Why is it that you have to deal with certain people and be rude about it? Why can nobody correct your kid or help them get on a better track? And why do you guys approve and applaud bad behavior? Why? Because I'm telling you, all the teachers that are good and have genuine interest in building your kid, I want to help them. I want to help these little girls realize that they are precious, that they have purpose, that they're beautiful, that they're smart and intelligent, and that they can be somebody. I don't want to see little 5-year-olds trying to twerk to Pound Town. And you guys think that it's cute. And I'm coming on here because it needs to be a change. So please tell me, as an educator, a teacher, and I'm just a ballet teacher. I'm not a regular trained institutional teacher. I'm teaching 5-year-olds ballet, and these are all the problems starting now, and it's no change happening. So what needs to be done and happen to fix this issue? Please, somebody tell me, somebody make it make sense. Because I'm telling you, I'm this close to quitting and saying I'd never want to work with people's kids again, because this has been the most horrible experience. I've never dealt with an experience like this. Listening to raunchy music around your kids needs to stop. Applauding bad behavior needs to stop. not giving your kid your attention but throwing an iPad at them or a tablet because you don't want a parent needs to stop. I'm coming on here and I'm begging you guys, I'm asking you to really please make a change. Make a change. Your kids' lives are depending on it for y'all to make a change. Please make a change.
Parents, listen up. Your job is not to be your kid's best friend, to make their lives as easy as possible, or to protect them from the world. Your job is tough love. Tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Teach them resilience and give them the tools that they will need to overcome life's challenges and adversities. And to be there to stand by them and show them how to pick up the pieces when things go wrong.